Aloha and welcome. Today's program is going to focus on self-love, reclamation, taking it back, Sankofa, going back to get what we forgot. Oh yes, we're talking about self-love today, and we're doing that through frequencies, through sound, from the heartbeat to the drum, to the voice. So welcome all. I am Karen Dade, Dr. Dade, and my specialty is in cross-cultural studies and culturally creative education. And so it's just been my pleasure for the past now, this is our 12th day. So it's been my total pleasure to be able to be on with you and having this focus of self-love. The stronger we are when we love ourselves, the stronger we can be in loving others. And so I'm really looking forward to today. Yesterday we focused on storytelling. And again, all week long we've been doing meditative arts. So just to kind of bring people into knowing what we're doing, if you haven't had a chance to be on, if you haven't had a chance to go back and look at some of the recordings, please go ahead and do that. But yesterday we focused on storytelling. And so it was, I thought it was pretty good. We focused on, I started with telling the story about the people who could fly. All right. And the reason why I told that particular story is because it's a story of a people who, through their knowledge and awareness of chanting, of connecting together intuitively, that they were able to chant so loudly that it turned over the ship and they were able to fly back to their motherland. And so we started with that story yesterday, and I kind of continued that story with a little bit of history as we looked at Africa as the cradle of civilization because of Lucy. So we're just kind of carrying that on again today, but we're just continuing to add to that. So the whole purpose here is that there's so many different things that we have forgotten as human beings. From the standpoint of the powers that we've been given to be able to live in this world and to be happy and to be loving and to have peace in the world. And so what a great time right now. To be able to come together collectively. Around the world, people are coming together in small communities. I just got off a wonderful Zoom presentation that my grandson did, who's a professional photographer. And their whole presentation was also on self-love and using the arts. So it was just wonderful, and it was wonderful to see these young people as a collective talking about the kinds of things that we're talking about here, right? So again, thank you so much for joining in. I want to just welcome everybody today. I can't see everyone. I can see that my granddaughter Ty's on. I can see Taj has joined us, and Mickey, and a big shout out to Sister Ray, and I believe Neander's there. And as we go on, I will continue to call off everyone's name just to be acknowledging you for showing up, because it's no joke to have to stop totally what you're doing. So whether or not if you're on the East Coast and it's 9 o'clock or Central Time, it's 8, or you're on the West Coast and it's 6 o'clock, these are generally times when we're winding down, we're trying to cook dinner, or whatever the case might be. But you are making the time for yourself, and this is what this is about, because we don't do enough of it. All right, so not only are we making time for ourselves and to focus on self-love, I am also hoping that in the process of us doing that, that we're just going to gain so much more understanding about who we are and that the powers that we have, especially collectively. So again, I want to welcome everyone. I want to start today. I started by saying aloha, and I would actually like to go ahead and begin because we missed our breathing technique yesterday. I realized after we disconnected that we didn't have that time. We didn't take that time to do that. So I'm going to do it very creatively, and I want you to understand with frequencies, because we're made up of energy. The whole world is made up of energy and frequencies, right? And when we and so there are pitches of frequencies that can take us to some very high levels in our meditation and just in our daily lives, just to keep us calm, collected, cool. Right? No matter what happens, we're cool because we're on that frequency that just keeps us that way. All righty. So, aloha. Listen to my directions, okay? Because I want you singing out there for whoever is next to you. Your next door neighbor will come and knock on the door and ask to join you. Won't that be nice, right? Okay. Even if it is social distancing and they're doing it outside. So, aloha, of course, is a welcome word, Hawaiian word. And but I want to go ahead and break it down. I kind of learned this from my friend Flora, who actually gifted this drum to me as well. I wasn't able to carry my big drums all the way to California, so I'm really working with this beautiful drum that she's given me. So we're going to start off, and I'm going to kind of raise up a little bit so you can actually see my tummy and the whole breathing piece of that too. Hey Jess, welcome. Hey Amber, I see that you're on. How you doing? Okay. So however you need to get into a position, I'm just here because I want to show you, but you may sit with this. You may stand with this, however it is that you're going to feel as though you can bring up all of that air, okay, that we talk about. So we're going to break aloha into the three syllables that it has. So it has a, lo, ha, okay? So we'll practice one time first. And I'm just trying to get into a good position so that I'll be able to see if there are questions coming up as we're practicing and doing this. But know that I'm taking it from the gut. All right? Know that what we're doing right now is just going to really stimulate all of the energy. It's going to stimulate those chakras that we've been talking about. It's going to stimulate that heartbeat that we're going to go back and work with as well. All righty? So just follow along with me for the first time, and then we're going to repeat this for 3 times. Oh my goodness, I see my grandson Steph has joined. All right, Steph, so just join in right now. We're keying up our energy. My grandson Steph, he's just an amazing dancer. And so all of us are connecting very creatively as we're having these particular conversations. So, you're trying to see how long you can hold that Remember, we're doing aloha, right? Then we're going to go low. You should feel all of that vibration and that energy just coming right up here. And that's what we want to do. I want to bring the vibration from the root all the way up to the crown. All right. So that we'll just cover the whole aura, will be able to expand. And so that we'll be able to do such an amazing meditation today because we'll just be wired up with all of this wonderful frequency. So, and then ha. So that's the third piece of that. Okay. Welcome, Devin. I've actually got some really great voices on here. I don't know if anyone's able to call in, but we are welcoming song today as well, and also drumming. And so I know I have some singers on, And so definitely, if you want to bless us with your lovely voices, it will be welcomed. All right. So now this is going to be a lot of work for us right now. So get ready. Get yourselves ready. I want you to hold that out. Don't forget. So that means you have to take in a nice deep breath first. And then comes out. Right? And you're just letting out all of that energy. And then for low, the same thing. Taking in some very fresh prana, that energy that just makes you feel good, okay? And then, of course, we'll do ha in the same way. When we get to the very end of the second round, we are going to sing Aloha 3 times together, all right? And again, this is part of our meditation. But we're cueing into our frequencies, okay? Today is self-love, reclamation, okay? Taking back what is yours, okay? And this is powerful, and this is yours, okay? So here we go. Squeeze that out, I'm telling you. Okay. All right, you got to go to the next one. Take a deep breath. Good. Acknowledge where you feel the vibrations. Okay, because each one of these are going to give you a different part of the body and feeling the vibration. So the next one is ha, and take a nice deep breath in. And ha. Ooh, I got a little weak on that one. I don't know about you. All right, so now shake it off. Shake it off. And also, you know, self-love means that, you know, we do things to make our bodies feel good. A lot of us haven't been able to go get massages if we were used to having a masseuse come and to do all these things. Now we're doing it. We're doing our nails. We're doing our makeup. We're doing our just pressure points, right? We're doing all of these different things. And so I think it's a good thing to come back to self. So just feel where you feel that vibration. Give a little push on the shoulders there if they're feeling a little bit tight. Okay. Alrighty. So here we go again. And welcome, Mary. We're doing aloha, breaking that out into 3 for the breath. And again, try to give it all you've got. Are you ready? I want you to first inhale some very good fresh prana. That's energy that we need for our bodies. Let's make it nice and fresh. Inhale. And great. Low. Good. Exhale. I want you to close your eyes just for a minute before we go we're going to sing Aloha 3 times straight. Before we do, now that you've kind of electrified, close your eyes very lightly and you should be seeing some colors. When you close your eyes, you should be seeing some some colors there because you've really activated from the heart chakra, throat chakra, okay, and right there at the first eye, along with the crown. So you've just generated a lot of energy around this area right here. So I want you to just close your eyes, taking a nice breath. Exhale. And without any thought, just see with your mind's eye if there are colors that you see. If you see, you can actually see what may look like frequencies moving. Just energies is what I mean. You can see and it feels like things are moving. Okay. All right, open your eyes back up. Okay, we're going to do Aloha 3 times. Are you ready? Welcome, Court, for joining. Hi, Marion. Okay, we are doing Aloha, but believe it or not, this is a very magical, of course it means welcome, right? But it is so powerful when you need to calm down, when you need to feel like you need to just let things out. If you're just searching for a peaceful moment, but want sort of a quick way of being able to come to that, this is a wonderful exercise to do. Singers do it all of the time when they prep for their voices to be able to open up their larynx and to be able to sing with all they have, right? Coming here from the chest and out. So again, let's do that. Are we ready? Here we go. But don't forget, why don't I just, I'll do one example because there are still people coming on, and then we'll do it 3 times together, okay? But the idea is to feel the energy. Right now, after that exercise that we just did, I'm feeling more energy around myself. So just be conscious of feeling right now. Not so much of thinking, of feeling. Alrighty, so here's my demonstration. Water, please. Thank you very much. Aloha. You ready? We're going to do that 3 times, but each time we'll take a breath before we start the next one. So this one, the first time we did this and we broke it out into 3s, there was very strong energy. Now we're going to not maybe be as loud, but be able to generate more energy now that we've stirred up all of that. Here we go. Aloha. Aloha, everyone. I'm so happy you are here. Let's take that energy, rub your hands together. And just for a moment, just put that, bring it from your, sometimes we say third eye, I say first eye. Feel some energy right in there. And then bring that energy up. We're working with energy and frequencies today. We're reclaiming our power. These are things that human beings have known for a very long time, but we've lost this information. Can you feel that energy right there? Okay, take that energy from on high and bring that down to the heart. Very slowly. Put it on your heart. Close your eyes and just feel your heartbeat. Is it beating a little faster than normal? It might be because we've been generating that energy. And so that's a good thing. That's okay. So take that energy that we have right now from the heart that you should be feeling. You feel that rhythm there. I want you to take that almost as though you just snatch that up into the hands. Rub your hands together. And this time in your hands, I want you to do aloha, like this to catch it. Okay? Can you see that? Okay? So here we go. You ready? Aloha. Bring it up. First eye. Feel the energy. You should feel some heat there on the hands. Okay. And then to the crown of the head. Okay. And now take that energy back to the heart. Close your eyes. Okay, so I want you to think of an intention today. And when we talk about intentions, it's like, setting, and my eyes are closed and you should have yours closed because I want you to focus in on the rhythm of your heart right now. And so we've been talking about the heart and the inner child within our hearts. And we've been communicating with that inner child who communicates with our ancestor spirits and our source, our creator, what makes us us. Okay? And so as the hand is on the heart, what is it that you desire right now? I know that we're working toward strengthening our self-love, the love that we have for ourselves. But in addition to that, what is it that you most desire? And let this be an honorable intention, because the heart loves it when we are being honorable. You may open your eyes and rub your hands together once again. And you should have a lot of heat there. And sometimes this is even a healing exercise that I'm doing from the standpoint, if you ever have a really bad headache and you want to address that without having to take any kind of aspirins or anything, by rubbing, and you get the friction of the hands and the energy that happens and all that we've just done. If you do that and you just simply, not even necessarily press to your head, but just that you can feel the energy there, okay? That helps to calm. Even the eyes, you should feel some warmth happening there and around the face, okay? And down again here, back to the heart. All right, so we've really been building this week. We've been using the arts to kind of discover how we can come back to knowing more of who we are. Hey, Sister Daphina, I see that you're on. And Donna, I see that, I'm not sure, a request to be in the live video. So I think I'm going to press that to view. But I need to do a couple of other things first. Again, all week long we've been doing meditative arts. That's how to use art to be able to continue to generate that self-love, but also that self-healing in that. And also to connect more with the power that we have. Okay, so through chanting, through singing, through musical vibrations, it's so very healing. And we talked a lot about that yesterday. Okay, so what I want you to do, if you can go ahead and let's see. Why don't you put your hands on your heart? Okay. Keep your hands on your heart, and I want you to stop and think about something. You know, this weekend is going to be Memorial Day weekend. And I think, you know, some of us may be a little confused over, you know, we have Memorial Day weekend and we have Veterans Day. And I know both of those days are definitely celebrate those who have given their service to our country. But I wanted to give you a little bit of history on Memorial Day. It was actually called Declaration Day to begin with. And it was the 21st Infantry during the Civil War. The 21st Infantry, they were a colored regiment from Massachusetts. And they, along with other Union soldiers, were able to win the battle there in South Carolina, in Charleston. And so it was considered a black holiday when it was called the Declaration Day, because what the people did of South Carolina when all of the, and I say colored because that's what they were called back then, colored soldiers, so many died. So what the people in the area did is they took those bodies up from the trenches that they were thrown into, and they gave them a proper burial. They created a cemetery for them and put a fence around it. And on the top of the archway there, it was, what was it called? I'm trying to think of what they put there. I'll think of it. But it basically was to honor the martyrs of those who died that day. And so the reason why I have your hand on your heart right now is because we're calling on our ancestors because they are all knowing. They have so much knowledge. And that, believe it or not, they stay with us through our lineage, for all of us, for every human being. But we don't call on our ancestor spirits enough. So we're calling on them. I think it's very appropriate for Memorial Day, Declaration Day weekend to be able to call on them. So I'm going to call on them loudly with the drum. And then I'd like to end with some comments from Dr. D, because we got two Dr. Ds in the house now. But Dr. D is going to just share some thoughts around ways in which we can begin to deal with this pandemic. If there are people who are feeling pretty stressed up about it. So through meditation and through being able to talk about some of the kinds of issues, I think that we're all going to be in a pretty good position to be able to not only help ourselves, but to help others more. So hands on the heart, I'm going to get really loud with the drum because we're really going to call those ancestor spirits. And then we're going to end on, I'm hoping that you can end with us by joining in. So we've been calling our ancestor spirits today. This is Reclamation. Calling it back. This is Sankofa, going back to get what we forgot. And that is the powers that be, that we have in us. Hands on the heart. Self-love generates universal love. Universal love generates self-love. That was 12 for our 12th day. Okay, so I'm wondering, and then, okay, so Sister Ray says that it's also known as King's Day, Kemet 18, Dynasty, May 25th, Honorable Day as well. So Donna, if you're on, are you able to speak? Okay, because we're trying to figure out, next week I want to do some different interviews with some of my wonderful friends and colleagues, and so many of you are online. So many of you have your own businesses in some of these areas that we've been talking about, not only in areas of therapy and massage, but being able to make floral essences. I mean, there's so many of you online right now that I'm looking do all of these different wonderful things. And so I really would like to open this up for next week. As we do our self-love. For next week will be a whole focus, a different focus, or at least we're moving it a little bit differently. This week has been mainly on using the arts, and next week we'll be talking about the things that will be coming up then. So, okay, so, all right, so Dafina just said I have to set it up ahead of time. So maybe that's why Donna's not been able to join us. So I'll go ahead and make sure I learn how to do that so that I can definitely have a guest on for next week. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone next week. And you know, we can't end this without calling out our names. Remember the power of your names. The power of your names, as we've called on the ancestor spirits today. We also put our name out in the universe with love. And so you'll call your name 3 times. And each time you call your name, you are going to tell yourself how much you love yourself. Okay? And, you know, this is just part of the re-education that we have to do. We've been told so much why we shouldn't love ourselves that, you know, it takes this kind of work to be able to bring it back to where we should be. And that's loving who we are and what we are. So are we ready? Here we go. Call your names, your full name, and then just talk to yourself about how much you love yourself. You ready? Okay. Karen, Bernadette, Cardoza, McLean Dade, I love you. Karen, Bernadette, Cardoza, McLean Dade, I love you. You've looked out for me all of my life, and you will be forever with me, now, here at the moment, and in spirit. And I love you for being with me. Karen, Bernadette, Cardoza, McLean Dade, I love you. And I love that you've given me so many creative gifts to be able to share with others and to especially be blessed for my own self. Ashe. Ashe. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. We're going for this weekend. It's Memorial Weekend, and so it's a powerful weekend, again, for us to remember all of those who are struggling right now in this terrible pandemic. and just working together collectively, pulling our energy together collectively to be able to put that out into the world. It is as powerful as those Igbo people who were able to fly back to the motherland. So peace and love. I love you all. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And we'll see you tomorrow, Saturday.